Okay, we're on part 3. It's a little bit quieter. Seems like all these kids have gone upstairs, or most of them anyway. Right, round the outside we've got all these like cases with like butterflies and moths and stuff. They are beautiful, even the moths. But there are just so many to do. These are all moths here. I'm not going to do too many there. Oh right, no. This is the creepy stuff. Beetles. Now, if you wake up at night and you see one of these things on your pillow, if you're in a foreign country somewhere, Asia, that'd be like stuff we saw in the Maldives when I was there was horrendous, really. Things like that you don't want to meet, really. But I'm not going to do. Just have a quick look at the end one. There's more beetles here. There's Ringo up the top. That one. Didn't expect that, did you? Right, yeah. Just like as I was saying earlier, nature is amazing. We've got so many things to look at and to love, really. Yeah, we're doing a load of fishies at the moment. Right, up the top there we have catfish, and that's a big old catfish as well there. Up there you've got deep sea anglerfish, which sometimes come up in the nets. My uncle was a trawlerman years and years ago, and used to see these things just thrown on the deck. They didn't even throw them back. Right, up there, that's called a wels. I think that's like a sturgeon type thing. Right, come back down here. We've got more deep sea anglerfish. That's the sort of things I used to see. Any teeth on them. But yeah, they are deep sea, and they shouldn't really be up at the level where they can be caught in the nets, but sometimes they do. It's a batfish. Probably lives in a bat cave. Weird looking things. They just look like stone or something. Here we go. We've got a king clip for the K. That's from South Africa. Yeah, massive. Would you like to eat any of these things? I'd try it. Five-bearded rockling. Forkbeard. Right, that's pollock. I've had pollock. That's not quite nice. It's like a bit like cod. It's sort of north of the Atlantic, and haddock. To be honest, I really fancy some fish and chips now. I'll have to find somewhere on the way back. For me dinner, like monkfish. The bottom dweller. It's going by the shape of him, because he's got very flat bottom. Burbot. Okay, that's Sessy cod down there. Blue ling. I think I've had ling when I was a kid. Whiting I've had, yeah. Hake. European hake. What's up here? We've got shilbade catfish. We've got a marine catfish there. Obviously not like the freshwater things, which are pretty big. Right, now, next case. Up here, we've got a snook, which is a bit like a pike, going by the look of him. But he's a sea fish. So he lives in the Atlantic. And below him, a European sea bass. That's big as well, isn't it? And then we've got cardinal fishes. It's like a bullseye here. Obviously, obvious how he's named because of that size of that eye. So I think he's a little bit deeper than normal fishes. So he's got the big eye so you can see. Scorpion fish. Really good. I'm sure he's seen the winds of change, hasn't he? It's another little scorpion fish who's like a bit more like, yeah. Is that tiger fish? Lionfish. In stripes. It's another scorpion fish. Red scorpion cod. Stonefish. And then right down the bottom, got a golden redfish. I'm sure you wouldn't want that in your pond, would you? You'd have to have a. We're going to need a bigger pond. Right, temperate basses. That's a wreck fish. So they're in and around old wrecks. Talking about wrecks, should have really done a paddy course, scuba diving course before I went to the Maldives, because I really missed out there. People wreck diving and coming face to face with tiger sharks. It's a lump sucker. Yeah, I'll keep quiet. Right, that's a giant perch. So where's that? That's the Africa and Indo-Pacific. Bloody hell. That one there, that's an opar. So that comes from, this is also called the Jerusalem haddock. It doesn't say where it swims about, but that's a giant fish. Up the top you've got rock cod, horsefish. It's got a sort of mane on it. Clever. Right. I'll walk back and do the inside in a second. Right. Kingfish. Atlantic emperors. So you've got these bits here get in the way of everything. It's a bit of a shame. It's pomfrets. It's a bit like the bullseye over there. It's got a giant eye on it. And we've got a few more colourful ones here. That's a shark sucker. Well, I've seen like little fish feeding off sharks, off the bits that get stuck to sharks. And, so that's a shark sucker. So is that one of those, different shaped one? A greater weaver. Yeah, red handfish. Something called big eyes. Unlike me, he's got big nose, big ears. That's an angelfish. Rock beauty. Again covered up by these bits of the glass. Wrasse. Now when I was a kid in Ireland, I went fishing off a dock. And I caught this fish. And there was other kids there, locals. What you got? Oh, that's a wrasse. Oh, what, a bass? No, it's a wrasse. So it turned out to be a Ballon wrasse. I don't think we got one here. I looked last time. But I think it was a little. It's like the Baldwin's wrasse. That one there. Not that one there. That one there. So yeah, a little bit of a backstory there for my life, such as it was. And could be. Right, this is a dark cap parrotfish. You can see why they're called parrotfishes, because they've got the beak on the front. Yeah, loads of different parrotfishes. They're West Atlantic and Indian Ocean. It's got a bit of a disparity with the oceans, and similar species in different places. Right, down the bottom, that's a spotted wolffish. I'm never going to get, so I'm trying to get it all in the thing, but that post is in the way. Right, surgeonfish, parrotfish. Right, now, more stuff that we eat. We've got, right, up the top we've got silver scabbard fish, and a black scabbard fish. Now, this stuff, brill. I've never heard of a megrim, but that's a turbot. I used to go fishing with my uncle on a small boat. I didn't have a fishing rod, but I had like a square rig, and you just wound the line around it when you're done. But you unfurl it, bung it down in the water, and sooner or later, one of these flatfish are going to be on the end of it. They used to call them flukes, sort of maybe come from the word flounder. But yeah, turbot, flounders, brill, we had them all. It was brill. That's it, another brilliant memory of being with my uncle over in Ireland. A lovely place called Moville in County Donegal in the Showen Peninsula. If anyone would like to check it out, either online or in person, it's a bit of a tourist town now apparently, but when I used to go, it was a proper fishing village. Then we got a place there, lemon sole, dab. Well, I've eaten most of these. Oh, up there, look at this. A long jaw eel snake. He goes all the way down there. So, more brill down the bottom, more Dover sole, common sole. Definitely checking out a fish and chip shop later. After my cake, of course. Right, that's Blasop. So that's Indo-West Pacific. Right. Moustache dotty triggerfish. So yeah, it's amazing what things there are in the sea that none of us will ever see in real life. Or maybe 0.0001% of people, if they're lucky. But, it's all hidden from us. 2/3 of the earth is covered in water. So who knows what's down there and what's still to be discovered. Right, now we got Neptune's Cup, which is sort of, I think it's like coral sponge. Yeah, we've got sheep's wool sponge. So they are actually living creatures. It's just like a sponge on a stick. You'd take that in the shower, couldn't you? On the bath. Bit of a do back. Right, Venus's flower basket. So yeah, just amazing creatures, I suppose you call them, don't you? And onto corals. To tell you a funny story, when I was in the Maldives, the strict rules about not taking anything back with you, including the bits of beach, which is all coral. And so we got home, and like a few months later, I was going to go swimming again. So I got the swimming trunks out, my shorts, and found some of this Maldives coral in the pocket. So I could have ended up in jail, really. Probably not, but possible. Right, that's a spiny lobster, or what I call a crawfish here. Loads of whelks and things. We've got crabs. Right, it's a freshwater one. That's like we all see at the beach. Same with the shore crab. Velvet swimmer crab. That blue one and blue purpley. Indo-Pacific swimming crab or blue swimming crab. Fang lobster from Japan at the top. Right. Yeah. It's a rock lobster. Another story of my uncle being on the boats. They used to pick up, get lobsters caught in the nets as well. So most days I was over there, I was getting lobster for breakfast. I wonder how much that would cost now. That's the European one. That's the sort of ones he got. So yeah. So they're not red, but people think they're red, but they're not that red. They're sort of greyish, and they sometimes even blue. And they do squeal a bit in the pot. Right, horseshoe crabs. Seen these before. Right, king crabs or horseshoe crabs, which belong to the order. Can't say that. I can't. No, I don't do Latin. I'm from Hertfordshire. That's right. They're closely related to arachnids, which of course we know they're spiders. Right, we've got prawns, crayfish, a few more crabs. That white one down the bottom here is called a ghost crab. And a fiddler crab, which has got one really, really big claw and one really small one. So, I don't know, is he playing a fiddle? Right, we're going to do the other side, and then we're going to do the inside. So hang on for that bit. Right, now, there's a spotted wobbegong. That sounds Australian, yeah, Australian waters. Again, the posts are in the way. So a zebra shark, a humanitin. That it's got like a marsupial type face on it. That's really weird. And it's a velvet belly. Oh, but he's nice to stroke. Right, so you get several little sharks. It would be really nice if they had a great white in here, but I can't remember one being here. Right, there's a hammerhead. It's, yeah. Dogfish. That's a nurse shark. Trying to get facing up here. That's the nurse shark, and below it, I think it's another nurse shark. Or is it? Oh, is it Octolobidae? Try saying that with my teeth. Below it, we've got a bramble shark. So I don't know, is that, are they barnacles or is that natural? Right, let's have a look. This deep water shark takes its name from the thorn-like denticles on its skin. It feeds on smaller sharks and other fish as well as crabs. So it looks like all that marking there that do look like barnacles, flat barnacles, they're actually natural. Really, really cool. Right, we've got a few more here. We've got a 7-gilled shark right at the top. And below there we've got a giant guitar fish. And a shovel nose, saw shark, and then at the bottom it's an angel ray. Right at the bottom, got an electric ray. I always thought rays were a lot bigger than this. Don't know if this is a small example or not, but again, it's the perception that you have of these things. And maybe you think they're either bigger or smaller than they actually are. Right, that's a blue shark right at the top. So that's in British waters in summertime. So if you go down to Torquay, Torbay, that sort of area, you might come into contact with one of those. Right, that's a porbeagle shark. So it's North Atlantic, West Atlantic and Mediterranean. Right, you've got stingrays there. I'm not going to do the theme tune, but it's about time I watched it again. Stingray. Right, that's the skull of a porbeagle. Obviously the mouth isn't that big. It's not going to eat you, is it? But it might take a chunk out of your arm or leg. Right, look at this. I'm going to try and step back to get this big boy in. So that's a common skate. That's another edible fish. North Atlantic from Arctic to Madeira. This little bloke here, it's called a rabbit fish. And he's got a little cute face again. Some of these are lovely. You like them as pets, wouldn't you? A few more rays. Spotted ray there. That's a long nose skate, so that's... Which way round does he go? Oh, that's the tail. It's difficult to see which way around it goes. Yeah, I can see the eyes now. So that's a long nose skate, and it's absolutely massive. Not too far from the end of the fishes. Here, that's Arapaima. So that's from the Amazon. So if you ever go like trekking or whatever, in the Amazon. You do whatever you do in the Amazon. Go down in the boat, you might see one of those. Elephant trunk fishes. Oh right, yeah, I see. So they got like it's really long nose, elongated and going down, so it does look like a trunk, doesn't it? Right, that's an alligator gar. Gar pikes, oh yeah. Gar pikes occur in freshwater habitats in North America. So, all you American people, like my adopted family, you could probably go looking for one of those. Oh, well, maybe not. They're in Michigan, but it occurs around Florida and the Gulf of Mexico, or the Gulf of America, as it is now, and in the Mississippi. Right, we've got some really big fish here. Like that, a tarpon is, geez, look at the size of that. And that's a 10-pounder. It looks a lot more than 10 pounds to me. That orangey type fish, ready. And it's some moray eels, who are a bit scary. They've got big old teeth. They're fast. Right, look at the size of this one. You're diving when this comes towards you. What are you going to do? Got more eels. Congridae. So this family of heavy-bodied eels. Oh, it's an eel, yeah. So it includes the infamous conger eel. Members of the family are found in the Atlantic, Pacific and Indian Oceans. A few are deep sea dwellers, but most inhabit coastal waters or even estuaries. So you can see just how big that is. I'm stepping well back. And the one below it, this is the conger eel. Right, I've got a few more here. Right, now I'm sure anyone who's been fishing in Britain will know these bad boys. Pikes. They're evil. There's a smaller version called a zander as well. I don't think they've got one here. But, right, we've got salmon and trouts, grayling. It's a big old trout there. And large male salmon, sorry. Look at the mouth on that is. It's a bit weird, isn't it? Showing hooked jaws. Okay, and that's an Atlantic salmon. So that's, if you ever have some in the restaurant or even in the supermarkets now, that'd be the one you have. Right, up the top here, it's difficult trying to step back to get the whole thing in the frame and read the cards. Sator Marcia. Marcia, is it? Yeah, Marcia. Bream. Common carp. Now, I've seen like a £50 one being pulled out of the canal. And that was, well, it was bigger than that. So, any fishermen amongst you watching this, hopefully you've caught your own carp, and a massive one at that. Right, we've got tench. This is your normal British freshwater fish, tench, rudd. Cruising carp I've seen before. Yeah. Rudd. Common bream, roach, like the one everyone gets in, isn't it? Catches. Yeah, here's an interesting one. That's a piranha. Right, obviously they hunt in packs, and I think they can do a human body in about 2 minutes between them. Eat it, like reduce it just to bones and a bit of gristle. They are scary boys. Right, so South America, including the Amazon basin. Did you know that many piranhas feed mainly on nuts and fallen fruit? I didn't know that. So they are actually omnivores, aren't they? Some species, including this one, are flesh eaters. Often a shoal of piranhas is attracted by the splashing sounds of wounded animals. Piranhas are only dangerous to humans where a large number of these fishes are confined in a small pool. Male piranhas are good parents, guarding the eggs and young fish. Okay, that's all right, no problem. Right, that's the end of the fish. Right, now I'm going to go backwards and do the inside. So I'm going to turn this off and just do